Hello everybody and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I will be reading for all signs today. So we'll be doing Aries all the way down to Pisces. Okay, we'll look at your energy, your person's energy, and some connecting energies. And we'll just see what kind of messages need to come out. I had to do that again because my Palo Santo didn't light. But then it did, so I'm cleansing the space and the cards and everything for you guys and myself. So this will be good. Okay, I'll put that deck over there. So how is everybody doing? And thank you so much for your wonderful shares, likes, and subscribes. I really appreciate it. So here's something. I want to make it to 1,000 subscribers, okay? And then once the 1,000 subscriber mark is reached, I'll be doing a drawing and giving away a free reading. Okay, so go on ahead and subscribe, and on the day that I reach 1,000, I'll go ahead and make some announcement, and whoever comments will put the comments on that post, and then it'll be randomly generated for the raffle of the winner of the free personal one-on-one reading. Okay, that'll be really fun. All right, so listen, this is a you and them reading. Take the message as it resonates. If it doesn't quite resonate, go ahead and check your other zodiacal placements. And keep in mind that energies can be reversed, okay? Okay, so this is for Aries. Okay, Aries, let's see, what do we have a time? Okay, 3. We'll just put it at 3. Okay. Okay, and bottom of the deck energy is the High Priestess. So trusting your intuition at this time, which is really interesting because then under that you have the moon. So you really don't have much information right now, do you, Aries? You got the High Priestess and the moon back to back underneath. Sorry, I'm not trying to laugh at you. I'm just kind of laughing because it's like, it is a mystery right now. Okay. So what we have for you, Aries, we have the 8 of Pentacles. It looks like you're making yourself quite busy with your work in the very tangible 3D realm. Okay, like work, home, life balance, stuff like that. You're really putting yourself into your work right now. And I would imagine it's because you have a lot on your mind. We have the 8 of Swords here, and then followed by the 9 of Cups. So you could very well be coming out of something. You could have recently walked away from something that wasn't serving you. I don't have the 8 of Cups here, but that might come out. But either way, it's like the 9 comes after the 8. So it looks like you're trying to get your groove back and you're diving into work, but inside it's like there's a lot of thinking about things with the 8 of Swords. Okay. Now your person, Wheel of Fortune, 5 of Wands, and 7 of Pentacles. All right, so this person here is also having a struggle of their own, okay? They could be trying to decide what action to take on a particular situation. And, you know, this could be competition with somebody or something, right? Could even be competition with the self, because a lot of times wands are identity, and, you know, with the 5 of Wands, we could be having internal conflict. We could be having external conflict with others, like a group of people around us who all have opinions on how something should go. And so this person, it would appear that they're struggling with what action to take, okay? And I think it's because, you know, whatever it is that they've been investing in hasn't really been paying off the way that they would like to see. And this isn't to say that they're going to like throw the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak. This is an invitation for like reconsidering things, like what works, what doesn't work, okay? And, you know, with the Wheel of Fortune here, it's like this person has made choices in the past and they got clearer on, you know, what kind of reaction, what kind of, you know, it's like action, reaction, decision making, choice making, and then seeing the result, right? And so I would wonder whether or not this person recently made a decision and then was not happy with the result that they got, okay? So let's go ahead and look into the connecting energies. But I do see that with the 8 of Pentacles on top of the Wheel of Fortune, like this very well could be a colleague, okay? This could be a colleague of yours that you're dealing with. And if you're not interacting with anyone, this could be like you and your endeavor of some kind, okay? Some recognition is at stake. Okay, this makes sense. So with the 8 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, we have a sense of recognition as a shared energy with that. And so I think perhaps there was some choices that were made. And, you know, we just came out of this time celestially of like getting attention for the wrong reasons. So that could be something as well, because the energy that just immediately follows this is the 8 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, and then a combined energy of the 4 of Cups. So just being really dissatisfied with what the hand of fate had, you know, handed over to you or your person, okay? So there was something that you guys were working on, some decisions were made, and then you got some level of recognition, but it might not have been the attention that you guys wanted. All right. And so, you know, you're trying to get your groove back here with the 9 of Cups and your person with the 7 of Pentacles, trying to work something out. You very well may be like stepping away from the whole endeavor at this time. Because now what we see is the Hanged Man as the combined energy, the shared energy. And I get the sense that with the High Priestess here and the Moon that had opened up, you know, the overall energy of the reading, that wherever you guys are at this time, you're not entirely sure of the next steps. You know, at least your person appears to be continuing to invest, okay? You had put a lot of work into this prior to. You could be upset because like whatever happened here, could have, you know, brought on, like, let's say for instance, like what's coming through to me is like, let's say that this was some sort of like shared endeavor on a very 3D level, like with work or some project, right? You worked your butt off and you got in there and like it was coming together, and then some sort of decision was made, and then things just kind of took a dive from there. You got some recognition that you didn't want, maybe attention for the wrong reasons. That has left a bad taste in your mouth, basically, and now you're just kind of like stepping away, giving it a little bit of a break by, trying to have some fun, trying to get some happiness back on board with yourself. And you very well may not be investing in this project right now. I just get the sense that with the Hanged Man energy, you're taking a break. And that with the Seven of Pentacles here, that your person is trying to make up for the mistake that it appears that they may have made. Okay? And I don't know what the context is. Like, this is the energy and this is the dynamic. So that's what I have. That's what I have for you. And so see, like with the High Priestess and then the Moon, it's like they're not really showing me either, So let's see. I'm going to pick 3, because this was so vague. I'm going to pick 3 cards of advice for you, Aries. Let me know in the comments if this resonated with you, because sometimes when I'm not really able to get a good tangible read on the content of what it is, then, then it's kind of like, oh, I hope that landed with somebody. I hope somebody out there like knows what I'm talking about, because I don't. I don't know what this is. So let's see. Advice for Aries. What are some energies that Aries can take away from this reading that will something that they need to hear at this time that will help them feel a bit more settled, and a bit more settled and pointed in the right direction for the greatest and highest good of everybody involved. Three of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Four of Wands. Okay, so this is like, you could be having a reunion with this person, it could be a friend, but with the Knight of Cups here and then the Four of Wands, I feel like stability, like you are headed towards stability here. And it's going to take, coming together with some other people, could be coming back together with this person, like a reunification, which is this energy, to really hash things out and work this stuff out. Because right now you're in your head, and they're just as conflicted about what to do, and both of you are just pretty dissatisfied with what has happened. So I hope that helps for you, Aries. Let me get you a surrender card here. I mean, overall, like, it does look like whatever this issue was, it's going to work itself out, and you guys can work it out together. I'll go ahead and take that one. Surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. I think that's really good. Because like I had said earlier in the read, like whatever this is, you really invested a lot into it. You worked your butt off. Okay, so that's for you, Aries. Okay, and we will be moving on to Taurus. Okay. And so with these all signs reads, before I post it or what have you, I'll put the chapters in the description box so you can easily just go straight to your sign and not have to like sit through so much shuffling and all that. Okay. Okay, Taurus. Taurus, if I remember correctly, the past few readings for Taurus had been pretty rough. If that was you, if that resonates with you, then for sure stick around, because that means I've been tapping into your energy. And if not, just still listen, and maybe another message will come out, but we'll see. Okay, this is for Taurus. Ooh, Ace of Wands, new inspiration. That's exciting. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. All right. And then bottom of the deck energy, 9 of Cups. Could have just walked away from something, trying to get your groove back, seeing what helps you feel good, makes you feel better, sharing, your bounty with others. Maybe you're going to have a dinner party, what have you, right? It's kind of a fake it till you make it. Like, you might not, behind the scenes, behind the curtain, you might not show folks how you're really feeling, but, you're putting on a brave face, okay? Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Cups. All right, so there's some sort of new opportunity, some new inspiration, and this could be like an invitation to, collaborate on some sort of project. It could even be like dating and friendship, who knows? But then we have the 7 of Cups, so it would appear that you're spoiled for choice here. So perhaps you are putting yourself back out there, feeling pretty inspired with this Ace of Wands to get on out there and connect with other folks, right? Wanting to build a strong foundation for yourself. Okay, and for your person, they have the Judgment card, the 9 of Wands, and the Death. Okay, so this to me says that they're feeling, in the central sense, like they're feeling quite guarded right now, right? They're feeling really guarded, battle weary, as it were. It would appear that there was definitely an ending, something that was very final. But given that we have the Wounded Warrior, sometimes this person, despite their guardedness, it's like they'll still fight for it, whatever it is, right? Because after the 9, we have the 10. And that 10 of Wands is somebody continuing to carry all those wands. So, I think that this person is thinking about a way to have like a reconciliation with you. Because with Judgment, it's like that's a resurrection card, right? So I would imagine, I think that you made a decision here. You made a judgment call, and they're feeling pretty battered by that, but also feeling upset. And this ending could have been quite confusing for the both of you as well. But it looks to me like you wanted to move forward with a new beginning somewhere, and this person was not expecting that. I feel like they may have been blindsided by this decision. And they're kind of just thinking about ways in which to get you back, or to get back in your good graces. Thinking to themselves, like, is this really over? Like, stuff like that. That's the energy that I'm getting. So let's go ahead and look at the connecting energies. Three of Wands, Page of Pentacles, And the Five of Pentacles, yeah. So someone's feeling out in the cold, and I think that that's your person. You know, take it as it resonates. Like I said, these energies could be flip-flopped, right? But whoever, and I'm reading this as you, made the decision to pursue a brand new opportunity, Ace of Wands, you know, kind of blindsided. This person may not have seen it coming and wasn't expecting it or what have you, and now they're feeling pretty bummed out about it. With the energy that covers the Ace of Wands and the Judgment, there's the Three of Wands. So this is interesting. You may be waiting for your person to try to come back and make a reconciliation with you, try to come back and have some sort of resurrection, right? Or maybe they are waiting, or maybe you're both waiting, you know, waiting on something. And I get the sense from this is like kind of holding back and kind of waiting for the right time or the right opportunity, you know. Another way to read this Three of Wands is that for you, in order to seek out this new opportunity, you needed to step through a gateway of sorts and to just make the decision to move forward. Because that's what this also speaks to, is integration of two energies in order to like step through and embrace the third. So a lot of times it can be seen as, when people are getting along, like a leveling up. I mean, that could have been it as well. Like, you could have been waiting for this person to really claim whatever this partnership was. And since they didn't, you know, maybe you're like, okay, well, I gotta go, you know, like, and that's one way to read it. Maybe you were waiting for them for an integration time and to move forward and to level up in the relationship, and it just wasn't happening. So you decided to, you know, find something else. But with the Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, we have the Page of Pentacles. So, you know, the pages, for me, I feel like they're like the fool of the suit, right? So given that a lot of the beginner energy is on your end, I think like with the Page of Pentacles, it's like, okay, well, where do I want to plant my new seed? This person might not be in that headspace just yet, the other person. I think right now they're just kind of licking their wounds, you know? And clearly they'll plant another seed somewhere one day, but it's like it's not as much in their consciousness. Perhaps they're thinking about how they might replant a seed with you, because they're feeling pretty bummed out, feeling out in the cold, feeling left behind, feeling pretty left behind. Okay, so this is interesting. Yes, I think that you went to pursue a new opportunity, and let's see what the three cards from the universe, or three cards from the cosmos, or from spirit. Yeah, let's do that. Three cards from spirit to close it off. Ace of Cups, Two of Pentacles, the Sun. Okay, so this is interesting, okay? So, I think that you got an Ace of Cups coming towards you. And perhaps this person won't be completely out of the picture yet. Maybe they try to make a comeback or something, and then hence this Two of Pentacles. Like, what do you do? But there is the Sun energy, right? So, you know, that's the happiest card in the deck, and you very well, like, whatever's coming your way, I think it's going to make you happy for sure, but you're also going to have a bit of a period, a little piece of time in the middle there of like wondering what to choose. And then we have the Knight of Cups. So you could be dealing with a water sign here. We have Leo energy, Scorpio, and is Judgment Scorpio too? I don't know. I don't remember. But either way, that's what I have for you, Taurus. So, you decided to move forward and pursue a brand new thing, and I think the new thing is coming your way, and I think it's going to make you really happy. You might have some ambivalence about it at first, but ultimately it's looking really, really good. You got an Ace of Cups coming your way, carried by the Knight of Cups. So that's really promising. Okay, so that's yours, Taurus, okay? Oh, I need to get you a surrender card. Surrender to miracles. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. Okay? So maybe you'll find it a miracle that somebody else comes along. Or maybe you'll find it a miracle that this person ends up, pulling themselves together and realizing that they actually really care about you. It does kind of have a little bit of that flavor of like someone waiting around, for somebody to like really commit or something like that. And then once they bailed, then they're like, oh no. Okay. Anyways. Let's go on ahead. Okay. Now this is going to be for Gemini. Gemini. I'll put that down at 27. 20. Ace of Cups wanted to pop out. Okay. Eight of Cups. Eight of Swords, Nine of Cups, Seven of Swords, the World, and the Seven of Wands. Okay. Okay, Gemini. And then bottom of the deck, you have Page of Pentacles. So planting a new seed somewhere else. Another Ace of Pentacles underneath that. Four of Cups. And then a 10 of Cups. Okay. So it looks like you're walking away from something, and you've been in your head about this for quite some time. This has caused a lot of worry, but the thing is like with the energy of the 8, it's like there was a quality of that energy speaks to feeling stuck, but not really needing to be stuck. And I feel like it deep down, whoever has this energy going on, like, knows exactly what the truth is, but they're really not wanting to face that. And I feel like the truth of the matter that they know in the back of their mind, the thing that they're trying to like push away and deny or whatever the case may be, is actually the very thing that's going to free them from that Eight of Swords energy, you know? So it's like the Eight of Cups, you finally made the decision to get yourself unstuck, Gemini. You were in your head about this for quite some time, and you're like, I just need to walk away from this thing that's not serving me anymore. And I'm sick of feeling this way. I'm really sick of just being in my head about this bullshit. And, you know, life, relationships, things that are healthy and good and meant for us, it's just going to come together. It's going to be in the flow. And this hasn't been in the flow for quite some time. And you're like, why? I don't even need to be doing this. So I'm just going to go. And I'm going to get my groove back. And I'm going to like see what makes me happy and just kind of like heal, right? Your person, Seven of Swords, the World, and the Seven of Wands. So, you know, it would appear you were dealing with some dishonest energy, and I get the sense that you knew that. You could feel it, you know, and you could see it and sense it. You're very highly intelligent, you know, and you're just like, this needs to be done, just like I'd said earlier. And, you know, your person may end up seeing you like going out and having fun, trying to get yourself feeling good again, looking good again, connecting with friends, things like that. And then they might be like, and like feel all like defensive about that. But, you know, whatever, they had their opportunity and there was some sort of deception, some sort of sidestepping or like, you know, lying through omission energy here that you're just like, I'm not dealing with that, you know, this has got to go. And you really, you know, thought long and hard about it, the ending, because these are the energies that we have, you know, up above and below one another. So let's get some connecting energies. Yeah, I mean, Gemini, you're planting a new seed somewhere else. You have something else is coming your way. I get the sense that you're going to be probably more focused on work, probably going to take a bit of a break from, you know, I get the sense that this was a relationship, like a love relationship, but it didn't have to be. It doesn't have to be, because, but you could be walking away from a job. Maybe your colleagues were like, or a boss wasn't being very honest with you and you felt trapped there. But you are leaving that and you are planting something else and totally have an opportunity coming your way. Okay? Brand new seed for the long term. Something that can grow and be nurtured over time and contribute to your long-term wealth, health, and stability. I'm going to take that now. I don't really... All right, yeah. Yeah. Oh, doesn't get much more straightforward than that. Okay, so between the Eight of Cups and the Seven of Swords, we have the Devil. So some dishonest energy here that just kind of amplifies the fact that there was some sort of unhealthy dynamic that was taking place and being probably perpetuated by a sense of dishonesty or denial, because denial goes hand in hand with like codependent type dynamics, right? And then with the Eight of Swords and the World, we have the Two of Cups. So this was an ending of a partnership, a breaking away, a breakup here. Yeah, and like, what did I say before? maybe your person is seeing you trying to get your groove back, and they're feeling pretty defensive about that and like on guard and all the things. We have the Page of Swords covering the Nine of Cups and the Seven of Wands. And this is like the newfangled card for like watching people on the internet, you know, keeping an eye on folks' social media or your, you know, stuff like that. So, Gemini, my goodness. I'm sorry. Well, you know, I will say this though, Gemini. It looks like it was a long time coming. It looks like it's something that you've had on your mind for quite some time. You've really had your suspicions about this person being kind of shady at times. And, you know, with the devil energy here, they could have been like some sort of toxic type cycle, some sort of pattern that you might have been locked into where it's like roller coaster ride type stuff, given that the, you know, the devil is kind of over the Seven of Swords, as I see a lot of dishonesty in this connection, right? And life's too short to deal with people who are supposed to be our partners and our lovers. You know, to have this, it's like, dude, don't hand me your cup if you just have bullshit in it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want a cup of bullshit. I want a cup of love. Thank you very much. So, bye. So that's that. So let's see. Three cards from the Spirit. Ooh, you get like three majors. Bing, bang, boom. The Hierophant, the High Priestess, and the Star. Wow. A lot of healing coming through by you getting in touch with your spirituality, being in alignment with your moral compass, like, you know, even taking some time to do the deep dive and see where this dynamic was maybe reminiscent of some, you know, very early wounding, primary wound type stuff. It would appear that, you know, you could be going to therapy or, you know, just connecting with other people who are very much kind of like your mentors. This could even just be you going into a state of meditation where then spirit comes in and speaks to you, you know. But this is very powerful energy. And the thing is that you're doing it with so much grace. Like, this healing looks really good on you, and you are moving through it, and you are just doing the work completely with a lot of just so much grace and so much beauty. And so there's a lot of healing to be had here, Gemini, and this feels really good. I think that this was a good idea on your part to move away from this that wasn't serving you, and like bing bang boom, you got some better stuff coming your way. And there isn't anything that you have to do. You're just like, you're right here. You're right here in the healing energy, just like right in the flow of looking at all your own stuff and making the connections and being patient and kind and loving with yourself all along the way. But yeah, I just see so much grace coming from this healing journey. And I think what's next for you, I mean, man, it's going to be like 1,000 times better. And, you know, you're just going to look back on it and be like, gosh, I'm really glad. You know, everything did work out for a reason. And you may not be feeling that way right now. You could very well be in the grips of how painful this is. But it's one of those things where it's like, hindsight's 20/20, you know? Okay. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. And I'm going to go ahead and pick you a surrender card. Here we go. Ooh. Oof. Okay. Surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude. Be of service to others and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. Okay? So, when I saw that card, I thought to myself, we can really put ourselves through the ringer when things end, especially when we were dealing with somebody else who was like totally not good for us or just didn't treat you very well, or all the things, right? And I think that people can blame themselves on some level and be like, well, why, if I was better, or if I was good enough or whatever, then maybe they wouldn't have behaved that way. And it's like, nope, that behavior belongs to that person. That's what they bring to the table of the relationship, And so, so you got to surrender your ego if you feel like, your ego was really, really bruised by that kind of behavior. But just take care of yourself, Gemini. Okay? So I'm going to move on to Cancer now. This is for Cancer. Oh, how sweet. Okay, 9 of Wands at the bottom. So either you or your person are feeling kind of like guarded and battle weary. I think maybe it could be you that's battle weary, because we do have the 10 of Wands here for you. Then we have the 6 of Pentacles and the Fool and the Ace of Pentacles. And then the 8. Okay. You could have a new opportunity coming up for you in some sort of work situation. You could be feeling a bit guarded around this. So I get the sense you could, like right now, kind of the overall energy could be like you contemplating whether or not you want to like strike off in a new direction, because, with the 6 of Pentacles, that can be like, oh, equal give and take. But at the same time, this is a power imbalance. Let's just be honest. Like, this is a power differential right here. So I would wonder, whether or not you are on the giving or the receiving end of this. It may not be equal give and take, because look, these people are not giving to this guy. This guy's giving to them. And he's just kind of like, so I kind of feel like sometimes this is like a breadcrumbing card, It could also indicate, whether or not one or the other of you have like denied yourself asking for help or receiving help as well. So there's something about that card where it's like, when you need support, can you get it from the person that you want it from or whatever? And I don't know. So anyways, you could be thinking about striking out on new, because, there's just something about this dynamic of giving and taking and stuff that's got you feeling a little bit guarded. Perhaps there's parts of you that really want to give to this connection, and your other person is, has their guard up. And that could be either for you or for them. Like, there's somebody who wants to give here, and another person has their guard up. Okay? All right. So for you, Cancer, I see the Knight of Cups, the 10 of Wands, and the Sun. So this is definitely a labor of love here. Like, you are continuing to try to offer your cup to your person, and you're like, I am going to get this. I'm going to basically ride it till the wheels fall off. It's like you feel like you're really determined to have, this beautiful energy and exchange, okay? Like, I just feel like your intentions are very good when it comes to wanting to have happiness here with this person. And we do have, on their side, we have the Chariot, Temperance, and the Six of Cups, okay? So this, I get the sense that your person, like, this is, hold on. Like, this is definitely a soul connection that you have, because we have the Six of Cups right underneath the Sun. So this relationship for both of you is like so sweet and fun and connected, and like you feel like a couple of little kids, you feel like a couple of little kids. You just have memories together and all of that stuff. It's a very sweet connection, okay? And, with the two majors on your person's side, I feel like they're going through a process. Like, I feel like there's some sort of process going on with them. So, like I said, okay, I'm starting to get all over the place here, because when I see the cards and how they all start to come together, I start to go, and I want to say it all at once, right? Remember what I said just a little bit ago about wanting to give to the relationship, and then the other person was guarded, right? It's kind of like the overall theme. That's playing out here too with these energies. Right? You want to give to this person, and you do give to them, but I feel like you have like perhaps an expectation of what that then means, or where that's going to go, or where it should lead, or whatever, right? Because there is such a beautiful bond here, and your person is a bit more guarded for sure. Like, you're definitely like, here, like I'm in love, I'm giving you the love, let's go, and they really could be going back and forth on this, right? 1 foot in, 1 foot out type energy, weighing the pros and cons on a very kind of superficial level is how this card is read. Because Temperance is way more than just like, teetotaler energy, okay? This speaks to nuance. Like, it speaks to nuance, it speaks to growth, it speaks to changing the way, like, instead of being reactive, we're responsive, right? Like, this speaks to mindfulness and taking into account how do we come together with other people, like in any kind of situation, like what parts of ourselves do we need to refine, and taking stock of like who we are. And and one of my not one of my teachers, but my teacher, Megan Angus, she talks about the Temperance card like, like a raw piece of steel, and then like you plunge it in the fire, and then you take it out like a blacksmith, and you pound the steel into shape, and and then over time it's like it becomes tempered, like it becomes something else. So it becomes a sword, and it's like sterling sharp with like purpose, just like really well defined and worked out, like the kinks are worked out, right? So I feel like your person is in that spot. Like they're just kind of like, okay, I know that this connection really feels good and means a lot to me. And, you know, I'm not entirely sure where I want to go, because this is a card of like, how am I embodying the next phase of my life? And we just came from Cancer season. We're in Leo season right now. And so then this is Sagittarius season. But either way, it's like, this is an embodiment. This is like a baby being born right here, you know? Like getting in the chariot and moving forward. And I feel like your person is totally can see where you're coming from, but is not as, you know, sure as you are when it comes to the cups here. When it comes to the love, I think that they love you. You're very special to them, but they're also really thinking about themselves right now. There's some deep work happening with this person. Oops. And just as much as it's a challenge and a continued labor of love on your part to keep showing up and offering your cup, and to like just maintain carrying your cup. I'm going to keep on cupping. I feel like this whole process for them is also very hard as well, because wands are of identity. And so, you know, the 10 of wands to speak to, you know, feeling like you have to be all things to all people, you know, wearing a bunch of different hats for your life and playing a lot of different roles, and how that just can become so very overwhelming, you know, but you continue to engage and you continue to push on, because it's like, yeah, these are the roles that I have in my life, and this is what I've created for myself, and here we are. Okay, so Knight of Cups and Chariot here. The Star, 3 of Cups, and the High Priestess. Yeah, it's not, no, I mean, okay, listen. Where the sun, where this soul connection is concerned, what you do know is that it's shared energy of feeling like you really care about one another, okay? You really care about one another. It's like there's a soul tie. It's lovely, but the actual definition of it, or what it is, like kind of what it's becoming, or whatever is really unknown. Like there are a lot of unknowns around this connection, okay? The other piece of it is that with the High Priestess, it's like whatever she holds in her hand with the scrolls here, right? Like this is like the life lessons, and she's not just going to hand it over to you, but it's different. It says something different inside for every single person, right? So it's like each person's invitation here is to go behind the veil, right? To go behind the veil and plumb the depths of the water and of the psyche, and to like do their own work. Like when you have a High Priestess pop up in your read, that is like, she's the gatekeeper, you know? This is like your guide, your tour guide has arrived, and like this is the invitation for you to take in really examining and doing your own self-work. Now, with the secretiveness of this card, it's like, yeah, we don't know, right? But we can sense and we can feel, and that's the intuition piece. And so like and there's all kinds of moon imagery here, but it's like intuitively, I feel like you both, like, you know enough to know that it is what it is. And I can't say what that is because I don't know your situation, but it looks like it's a connection that really makes you both happy and gives you some sense of joy and fun and playfulness. But like the future of it, I feel like, is unknown. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm getting from these cards. Okay. And then with the Temperance and the Ten of Wands, we have the connected energy of the Three of Cups. So it's like continuing to come together. There's lighthearted energy. It's fun. It's, margarita night, what have you. And I feel like with the Knight of Cups and the Chariot, it's like there is a lot of hope here. And I get the sense that this is a shared energy with both of you, because it's like you have the hope that this, cup is going to be accepted. Like, and then, I don't know, like I get the sense that you want a relationship with this person. And this person is happy with the relationship that you guys have, and is kind of in this spot of like, but I don't know if I really fully want to do the full meal deal, That's the sense that I'm getting from this. And I feel like you have hope around having this cup be accepted. Like, just as long as you keep showing up in this like Knight of Cups energy, that, it will be fully taken in the way that you want it to, right? And then with your person, it's like, I feel like they are still, how do I want to embody the next phase? And what are my goals? What are my wishes? What are my dreams? Really kind of in this space right now of trying to expand themselves, and in all areas, like I just get the sense that they're really kind of going through this whole inner transformation, right? Yeah. There's a transformative energy here. So what's the advice for Cancer from Spirit? Okay, interesting. So we have the Two of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Empress. Okay. So this could be, a choice between two. Like, I don't know if this is your person or you. A choice between some Queen of Wands and some Empress. However, the Empress is really, it is a person. It's the Venus, but it's like she's a like a demigod or whatever, or a goddess. And I feel like for you, Cancer, that these cards from Spirit are saying to you that you can just step into your own confidence and your own creativity and your own sexuality and like your own step into your own, okay? And you don't have to chase or do anything. There's a presence, like a presence that these two, femmes embody. And it's very much focused, like just in the here and now, right? And the more that you focus in the here and now, And, you know, even just like how you approach your creativity and your relationships and your life, and like really just fully engaging with what's right in front of you, you know, because that's when we're in the flow. Like I with the Empress, I feel like that's synonymous with being in the flow when we look at it as an actual like energy and stage of, or a period of life that we're stepping into or that we're in, that this is creativity, it's nurturing, it's growing, it's bringing something up and out of us to share with other people. There isn't any strife or any kind of like ambivalence about, there isn't just isn't any room for any like ambivalence about other shit. It's just kind of like, well, I'm at where I'm at. Like, this is what I'm doing right now, you know? And there's just, there's a lot of grace to that, and a lot of, there's a lot of patience and creativity, and just like being centered, being, very self-possessed, and not self-centered, but self-possessed, like feeling really solid in one's own skin, you know, and they're not trying to chase anything. So this energy, very different than this energy. This is chasing energy. This is continuing to try and try and try, okay? This is, you know, just being your sexy self and focusing on your awesome, and like living in the moment and not tripping or worrying about trying to keep on giving and giving and giving. That's beautiful energy to keep on giving, but there is a sense here that it's like, really? Does it need to be this hard? I mean, because this person here has their own trip going on. And the thing is that you don't even have to do anything, because look at what you already have. You already have this, right? You already have that. So you don't need to try to make it anything else than what it is. And, you know, in life, things evolve, things shift and change, and all of that. But I feel like, you know, you do have a choice between two things here. I'm guessing it can be like continuing to pursue and continuing to stress on that pursuit and whatever else, but like, or just letting go and like pursuing other things that you would have more personal impact on, like with regard to like your own creativity, your own career, your own causes, and whatever it is that you want to get involved in on a tangible level, you know? And like, when you live in alignment with who you are and just day to day, like other stuff like just falls into place when you're able to just live your life and not stress out too much about like what other people are doing and what they're thinking and when and blah 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 and like all the things, okay? Anyways, just kind of rambling, but that's the message. That's the message. You already have something really lovely, and you just accept it and enjoy it for exactly what it is. You know, energies shift all the time, Cancer. Okay, so before I go on to Leo, I'm going to get you your little surrender card too. So that's what I have for you for the tarot, okay? And I hope that resonated. You know, go ahead and put in the comments of what you thought about that. And yeah. Surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. Yes, owning your power. Queen of Wands, Empress, like stepping right into it. I like it for you, Cancer. I like it. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Look what's on. Let's move on to Leo. On the bottom of the deck, energy for the next sign. Cosmic times. Okay. Little headband dealy bobber. Okay. Okay, this is for Leo. Okay, wait, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. Wait, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. Okay. Dude. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna say 107. Okay, Leo. The Star, the Tower, and the World. Okay, major arcanas much? Yes. This is big. Your person, King of Swords, 10 of Cups, and the 3 of Wands. Bottom of the deck energy, we have the 8 of Swords, and then your power card, the Strength. And then we have Queen of Wands, and then we have 2 of Wands. Okay, interesting. All right, so Leo, the Tower has come down, and now there's a cycle that is closed off, and now you're stepping into some healing energies. For sure, like I feel like with the Star, this can also be like a recalibration of like your hopes and dreams, and you know, perhaps this Tower and this World was something that's like, you know, the dream came crashing down, or the potential for this certain particular thing that you had been wanting for so long has, you know, came down, and you could be coming to grips with that. But we'll definitely see more, because you were in your head a lot about something, okay? And I feel like with the Strength card, you've been holding this back. Whatever has been on your mind, you were really keeping it all to yourself, or at least not sharing it with the person who was, you know, the person on your mind. Or you probably had many things on your mind, but, you know, one of which feeling trapped in some way, right? Feeling trapped in some way. So this could be you bringing the Tower down and bringing an end to something, because that's what's really needed in order for you to heal and move forward, and for you to pursue your dreams and wishes and goals and like all the other things, right? But I feel like the invitation, if that's the case, if that's what's going on in this reading so far, and we'll see more, then this is an invitation to do this, bringing the Tower down. If you're going to be creating it yourself, to do it with care and grace and all the things, you know. On your person's side, we have the King of Swords, and then the 10 of Cups, and the 3 of Wands. So your person may have seen this coming, you know. They're really not a dumb, they're not a dum-dum. Whoever your person is highly intelligent, okay? And they could very well have really been protecting themselves when it comes to their heart space by just kind of becoming more intellectualized about whatever it is that's been going on between you guys. Because with the 10 of Cups here, up right underneath the tower, that's where the towers, or right underneath the tower, like I feel like this is where the tower's coming down, right? It's coming down on this person's sense of like happily ever after with you. And then with the 3 of Wands underneath the World, this is probably a combination of this energy. So like waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? If they're very intelligent, they could sense that, you know, you were in this headspace and holding something back, right? And then so it's like they're kind of waiting for this ending to come. Waiting for the other shoe to drop here. And with the World, with this cycle coming to a close, there's also a stepping through the gateway. Stepping that's like, once you step through the gateway, it's like the past is behind you, you know, it's starting anew. And it's also integrating this information. You know, at first there was one person, then there was another person, and then whatever was shared between you guys was the third entity, the third energy that is now integrated, as, you know, which would appear here to become a past energy and a past influence. You know, and for every relationship that we're ever in, there's always takeaways, you know, so I feel like that's what this card is speaking to. It's like a integration of the takeaways from this experience here, okay? Three of Cups, the Sun, oh, and the 9 of Wands. These same cards were just in Cancer's reading, I think. Or was it Gemini's? Either way. So Leo, I think you have a hope here to still maintain a connection, okay? I think you have a hope here to still maintain a connection. Because at one point, you know, there is a shared energy of like, at one point there was the 10 of Cups and it was beautiful. And, you know, with the Sun here, I feel like there was a lot of really beautiful, happy times. And, you know, I don't know. This is so interesting. It's like, is the tower going to come down? Or are you in your head about a tower coming down? I feel like, I feel like with you holding back what you've been in your head about, I feel like with these cards, the way that they are, that once you reveal what it is that you have been in your head about, that the tower is going to come down on this happy connection. Okay? And because I feel, okay, because you do see your person as the King of Swords. And the King of Swords, when they're hurt, like, they'll just like, you know, they'll cut you out. You know, they're like the ice, they're going to be like the ice queen or ice king. You know, they can be very guarded with their heart. Especially when they are in a hurt space. And so there's the Three of Cups, the Sun, and then the Nine of Wands. So I feel like that's your person is going to be feeling very wounded and guarded after you bring the Tower down. That's what I feel. And ending a particular cycle. So, you know, this very well could be, it's like we have the friendship card here. So maybe you're telling somebody that you just want to be friends and they had hopes for something more. But the thing is like with the Ten of Cups here, I feel like that was definitely what they were hoping for, but then a shared energy is the Sun. So it's kind of like maybe what you value in the connection is not the exact same thing that, I mean, you both value the connection, right? But you could just have different ideas about what you each want it to be and want it to look like. Yeah. And I think that you're afraid that once you reveal this inner truth, which you absolutely have to reveal this inner truth, because it's like, you're a person, you know, and who wants, I mean, you also have to consider your counterpart here that we're talking about. Do you think that they would want you to be hanging out or with them on some level, like under like some false hope, or, you know, under any kind of misconception that this was something different than what it is, or whether or not this has a future that looks the way you sense your person wants it to look, you know? Yeah. This reminds me a bit of Cancer's reading. So either way, I feel like you have some revelations coming up here, Leo, and I feel like your heart really is in the right place, for sure. Like, you don't want to hurt this person, and you also actually don't want to be hurt by them either. Like, you don't want them to you don't want to lose them. You don't want them to cut you out. You want to stay connected. That's your hope, is to still stay connected despite bringing this tower down and ending this particular cycle that you guys were on together. Four of Swords, Knight of Swords, Five of Cups. Yeah, there's really no easy way to do it. But, listen. And then the Ace of Wands. Yeah, you have like a new inspiration, a new thing that you want to do. Maybe it's something that you're wanting to learn about. You're feeling a little bit defensive about, I don't know. But there's a new inspiration that you have here. And I feel like with these three cards from Spirit as your advice, it's saying, you know, you've been Four of Swords, right? You've been like hurt, like hiding out and really thinking a lot about this and getting a lot of rest. And it's like you do really want to come in and say your piece, but the prospect of that is like the results of that are going to be very sad, you know, for you and your person. So I think that the invitation here is to say what you want to say in order to get out of this Eight of Swords energy, but you need to do it in a way that really speaks to your higher mind and your base desires here. You need to have a balance. This is balancing out and coming from like a core sense of speaking to your own like moral compass without denying yourself your new passions and your new desires, right? Yeah. So I think that's the invitation, you know, you say the thing that you want to say, but also do it in a way that really is tamed. You want to tame that roar a bit here. Okay, so we have strong Leo, perfect, coming out into your own reading here with the Strength card and the Sun. With the World, I feel like that's Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio. Tower, I think, might be Scorpio energy. The Star, Aquarius energy. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I have for you for the tarot portion, Leo. I hope that helped. I feel like you've thought about this for a really long time, and you know, it's caused you a lot of anguish to be like stuck in your head about this, and you don't need to, it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be that way for you, you know? I feel like once we, like a true authentic human being is always one to like live in their truth, right? Live in their truth while preserving their own dignity and the dignity of those that they're connected to. So not wanting to come in like come in all half-cocked and be cutting like the Knight of Swords can do. So let me go ahead and get you a surrender card here. Surrender worry. Very good. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. I think that's really, really good advice, Leo, given the reading that you just had. Okay, so be well. Okay, now we're going to move on to Virgo. Okay. All right, Virgo. What do we have for you? Okay, this is for Virgo. Five of Wands, the Lovers, Ten of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords. Bottom of the deck energy, King of Swords, Two of Wands, Ace of Cups, Four of Wands. Okay, so this definitely has to do with a relationship, most definitely a romantic relationship, a love relationship. I feel like you and your person have probably been fighting or arguing, like bickering a bit. Could be about, like, you know, the household, the just all the things, like the day-to-day, like, I mean, this could very well be a marriage, right? Or it's a long-term committed partnership, because we have the Lovers right next to the Ten of Pentacles, but then we have the Five of Wands. So it's like there's been some struggle trying to just around stuff, you know, just like, and I'm thinking it's around like the day-to-day things and how to do things, you know, like who's gonna do the dishes and how's the blah blah blah, you know what I mean, all that shit, all that boring ass shit. It's just a pain in the ass, you know. It's like, it's such a pain in the ass to fight about stuff like that. It's annoying. And then with the Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, it's like, yeah, someone's coming in hot, right? Coming in hot to say the thing. I mean, and this very well could be, they could be coming in to say the thing that you've heard 100 times, you know? Like, so this this appears to be like, this is a cycle. There's a repetitive cycle here when it comes to this is like a chronic issue, a chronic argument topic, all right? And I feel like with you and your person, you guys are at this spot where you need to really get down to brass tacks about how this can be resolved, moved forward, so we don't have to keep having this argument over and over and over again. You know, and that's, of course, going to take both of your guys' intellect to really, like, get into this, like, into this problem-solving mode. Because I feel like once the discussion starts to happen, like, big feelings get involved, you know, because you are so connected in this way, that then the actual tangible issue just gets clouded with all these feelings and everything, which feelings are absolutely important, you know, for sure. But it's like, okay, you guys need to, like, make some decisions between a couple of different things, and keeping your love in mind. Your love in mind, because what is ultimately the most important? Your love and your stability, right? Your love and your stability, and wanting balance and fairness. Hopefully this isn't the harbinger of a divorce, but, you know, sometimes it can be. But we'll go ahead and we'll look into it more. But I don't get the sense that that's what's happening here. I get the sense that these are two people who are needing to work out on a very practical level what is going on, and needing to get on the same page so you don't have to have these arguments anymore. But with the Ace of Swords here, that tells me that there's a revelation. So do keep your, you know, and this falls in your person's position, Virgo. So there very well could be something that they haven't told you before that you could be coming to learn. Because this is a revelation or a truth. It also can be a brand new idea. So they can have also a new idea on how to go about fixing this kind of stuff too. Okay? Okay. So the energy between the Five of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, which is like the chronic problem, like continuing to fight about the same things over and over and over again, we have the Tower, okay? With the Lovers and the Ace of Swords, we have the Eight of Cups, which is walking away, which is departure energy. And then with the Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords, we have the Page of Pentacles. So this is saying that like the Tower is going to come down. What your partner could end up revealing to you is that they want to leave. They want to leave. That they want to break up. That they want to separate. That's a possibility here. That's what the cards are saying. And to plant a new seed, to start anew, start fresh, start over. And this is like with just some sort of new tangible thing having to do with their long term, with their life. It's like, imagine it as a seed and you're putting it in the ground to grow something, you know. It doesn't appear to me that they're like, oh, I'm going because like I met somebody else, you know, but yeah. I mean, with the Knight of Swords here being the one to come in and communicate this, I could see this as not a very well thought out. This could be something that somebody just blurts out, right? And like is like says it in the heat of the moment. And then they might not. And then this can also stand for an apology. This can stand for an apology as well. Okay. This very well even could be tied to the dynamic that continues to go round and round. There are some people that will say that. There are some couples that will say that kind of stuff to each other all the time, that it just ends up becoming a part of their stupid arguments. And they say the worst possible thing to hurt the other person in a very impulsive and very reactive way, which is what this archetype is. You know, like very fiery, very going off half-cocked, you know. Knights in the deck are adolescents. Pages are children. And the Knight of Swords is just like fire of air. So it's like fiery communication, reactivity. So, you know, perhaps they say something like that and they've never said that thing, that exact thing to you before. And then it's just like, oh, how dare you? You know, like, oh my God, that you'd actually say that and even think that after everything that we've built together. For Christ's sakes. Jesus. Okay, let's go ahead and let's get 3 cards from the universe. So this can either be one of two things. Either this person is going to come in and be like, I'm sick of fighting about this same old shit. It's not changing. It's not working. Like I want a divorce and I'm leaving. That's one thing. Okay. If it's like, if this person's like for real. Given that the Knight of Swords is here, I feel more like this is something that's just kind of like said right off the cuff, you know, like out of anger. Something that's said out of anger, but still brings a tower down because it's like, you've never said that before, and how dare you even say that, and what the heck is this about? Like, we got to work this out, you know, like nothing is insurmountable here, you know. Like these are typically a bunch of fools trying to put up a tent. You know, it's like this is conflict, but it's not like World War III. Like these people in this group are still connected in some way. And the thing is that they share the same goal. They share the same goal, but they just each have different ideas about how it should be done, right? Of how the needs should be met, or how the means to an end. You know, they still have the same idea about the end, but it's different opinions on the means, okay? So don't get too, like, if it's not your story, absolutely don't claim it. You know, don't go down the rabbit hole and get all upset about this as if it's like, for sure, this is the prediction. But, you know, I mean, if this hasn't happened yet, but there is tension brewing in your relationship, I would say, you know, go on ahead and connect with your partner and be like, let's connect, and, you know, let's just, before something blows up and you have a fight again about something. But, you know, it's like you want to get ahead of it, right? Don't just let tension build and then let the frickin' lid explode, you know, which is a part of a whole cycle that people get into, which is also a bunch of horse shit too. So there you go. Okay. Hanged Man, Seven of Wands, the Fool. Okay, so the advice from the universe, and then at the bottom we have the Devil. So this is like, you know, codependent energy. So we have like the Devil, King of Pentacles, and the Temperance, and the Queen of Swords, and then the Six of Cups and the Two of Cups. Okay, so listen, you guys love each other. This is a long-standing soul bond, okay? Both of you coming at this issue and tackling this issue, whatever this issue is, need to come at it and communicate together with logic and commitment at the core, okay? And with the Temperance in the middle, and I was having a conversation with a friend this morning about this very thing, really saying things that speak to your own truth, that respect yourself and also respect the other person. Temperance is also about nuance, okay? It doesn't mean navigating the other person. It means, what kind of message do I want to send that is going to preserve the dignity of myself and the person that I'm speaking to? Very different energy than this frickin' dude, okay? So there is a chronic issue here that is toxic and is a problem. And it needs to be discussed, and it needs to be discussed in a very clear, loving, grounded way. And so the advice from the universe is to see things from a different perspective. Do your very best to see things from your partner's perspective as much as you can. You know, there's a guardedness here, but try to lay that guard down, because with the Hanged Man next to the Seven of Wands, this is surrender. So you want to surrender your gnarly defenses, and you want to move towards this with an open heart. You know, open heart, open ears, okay? And I feel like this situation can really set you guys off in a whole brand new direction together as a couple. And this is very much tied to like your, you know, a spiritual awakening, as it were. Right? Like something where it's like, it's tough, but once you get through it, then you're like all the more stronger for it. Like that's what I see here. Okay? So that's the advice. Come together, have a conversation, do it in the best possible way that really speaks to each of you. Don't get wrapped up in, well, how could you say this and this and that like this? It's like, I hear what you said, and I can appreciate A, B, and C, and I am, you know what I mean? It goes like that, right? It's like, ugh. If I were to go into any kind of coaching session around that kind of stuff, we would be here forever. But like, it's just having maturity around the whole thing. Okay, so let me get a surrender card for you. Here it is. Oh well, this... So I'm going to pick two of them. I'm going to pick two for you because this is kind of rough. Surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. Nice. Maybe that's an invitation to go hump in the woods. Okay. But I don't see how you'd feel like you want to hump if you're in the middle of this stuff. Okay, let's see. Surrender to complete healing. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. What was I just saying? All of that. Yes. Okay, Virgo, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that that helped. Go ahead. I thank you in advance completely for liking the video. Thank you so much. And we will clean up these cards and we will move on to Libra. The little like timing thing is hard for me to, not hard for me to see. I just have to get into the habit of looking into the right spot. Okay, now we will move on to Libra. This is for Libra. Okay, I'm looking at the time between all of these. And it's kind of nice. It's like they're all pretty much like 20 minutes. 20 minutes apart is like the longest one. I feel like we got like 11 minutes and then 13 and then 20 minutes and then another one, another long one. 14 minutes. That's good. Each one being like anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, I feel is kind of like the aim for me on these all signs. 'Cause it's like, I enjoy doing it for sure, but then I also want like a Saturday evening to like veg and watch my shows. Leave down in the comments what shows you guys are watching right now. What did I watch? What did I watch recently? Okay. So I watched this documentary. It was called Ted Bundy. Sorry. Falling for a Killer. And it was like told from the perspective of his longtime girlfriend that he had, like even before. Like it was really, really good. And it's like you get all the same information that everybody knows about Ted Bundy and stuff, but I think, you know, it's like, who was it? Like his former girlfriend and her daughter, like they speak to this whole other experience, and it's just fascinating, and you just feel so deeply for these women and everybody. Anyways, that's a bit gnarly, but I watch gnarly stuff. So what else did I just watch? that I really enjoyed. Okay, anyways, let me get on to Libra's reading. Sorry. Maybe we should have like a hangout time or something like that. I don't know. It would be kind of fun. People jump on the live and like talk about the different shows that they like to watch. Or whatever it is, whatever else they like to do. Okay. All right, this is for Libra. Get in the groove, Robin. Okay. Get in the groove. Libra, tapping into Libra energy, the fairest of them all. Libra. Could you be feeling kind of bummed out right now, Libra? 5 of Cups wanted to pop out. All right, let's see. What do we have here? Knight of Wands, the World, and the 10 of Wands. On your person's side, 10 of Swords, 8 of Swords, the Lovers. What? Dang. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy, 9 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 4 of Cups, and the Moon. Okay. Excuse me. So, I feel like somebody here, it could very well be you because the World is on your side, but somebody here could be feeling really guarded, pretty just kind of battle weary, freaking totally battle fatigued and like exhausted. And, you know, I think that, yeah, Libra, I think that you would be well within your right to communicate that you're not happy with some sort of thing, some sort of offer that you were given. Like, there's just a sense of like unfairness right here. Like, you worked your butt off, like you're fully like beaten up, and it's like, and then what did you have at the end of the day, you know, to show for it? Like, what the heck? What was all that fighting for, basically? Okay. So, yeah. You have a lot of fiery energy around you right now, propelling you forward to end a particular cycle. And ending a particular cycle that was very, very heavy and very burdensome and required a lot of hard work from you. Like, this was definitely a labor of love, but like, I feel like you were shouldering the burden, whatever it was, on some level. And I can't quite tell what this was, but I feel like there's a lot of, you are definitely inspired to communicate how you've been feeling about it and how you, or this could even be an internal experience for you. You could be like, I actually don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this kind of stuff anymore. And I'm feeling really fired up about it because I have done it so much in the past and I've just come and done this thing again and I have nothing to show for it. You know, what have you done for me lately, kind of thing, given the context of these cards. So your person, 10 of Swords, 8 of Swords, and the Lovers. And then we have, like, the 8 of Swords is right underneath the World. So I would really wonder if, like, what's going on here? Like, you must have ended some sort of relationship or something. Like, the Lovers are here, and this is hard. This was a really difficult connection, or at one time it was not, but it got it got to that point. Excuse me. And I think that your person was definitely in their head about, you know, this thing ending. Perhaps they saw you as wanting to get out there somehow. You know, maybe, excuse me, my God, maybe you did step out and that's what caused this ending. The Knight of Wands doesn't always have to be a player, but it is fire of fire. It's a very libidinal energy. Okay. Okay. I feel like, okay, so we have the Star, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Tower. I feel like one of you guys really wishes to heal from this, for sure. And is trying their very best to approach this situation with a lot of grace and like balanced energy. But we have a lot of wands and we have a lot of swords. So fire and air make a lot of steam. So I feel like this could be coming to a close, but I don't feel like it's coming to a close right now. I feel like you or your person is very much in their head about if this is going to come to a close, because the Tower did come down on your relationship in some way. How the Tower came down, I'm not sure, but there was a heavy load that you were shouldering, that you or your person was shouldering. Take it as it resonates, but I typically read you guys at the top or the bottom, but those energies can be flipped. I mean, you're looking battle weary here. Tell me about this Tower. I'm just gonna get clarification. I'm gonna get clarification on the Tower, because I can't really quite tell. I mean, if this is your reading and it's resonating, then you'll definitely know, but sometimes it's good to hear confirmation. But we do have the Knight of Wands, and you know, maybe there was a lot of hope and a lot of inspiration going into a particular thing, you know, with this person. And this is the Lover's energy here. So this is about your relationship. A lot of relationships ending. Almost every read is like a breakup, a divorce, a breakup. And it's like, what is going on? So much of that energy. People feeling unsatisfied, people feeling taken advantage of. I feel like that's a part of this too. Like, I get the sense that you've been feeling really, really, really underappreciated. Okay, for the Tower, there's the Queen of Swords, Two of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. And you're very much all over this reading, Libra, because we have so much sword energy here. Let me think. It goes Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So your minors are 5, 6, 7. What is that? Huh. Anyway. So with the Queen of Swords, Two of Swords, and the Nine of Cups, it's like there's been some ambivalence here. And the thing is like the Two of Swords is like, I know it, but I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. So there's been an issue. There's been an issue, and I can't tell what the chronic issue is, but for sure you've been feeling underappreciated, most definitely. And with the Queen of Swords here, it's like you're wanting to come out and communicate about this. You're wanting to cut out anything that's just like not serving the situation anymore. You probably definitely want to cut some stuff off of your plate when it comes to like all these things that you're shouldering with the 10, right? And, you know, but I don't know if it's like here you are with all this pent up Queen of Swords energy, but yet still not doing anything about it. Like you could see it, you could feel it, you could know it, but you're just like, I'm not saying anything about it, because right in the middle we have stalemate energy. Yeah, and I think that you're afraid that if you were to say something and really speak to how it is that you really feel about the whole situation, that then, you know, that would rain on everybody else's parade. Like maybe you feel like, oh, well, I can't say anything because then that will bring the tower down, or I can't say anything because then that'll just ruin the party. It'll ruin the dinner party or whatever, right? Like you'll bring down the vibe. But I feel like whatever this is, that you definitely need to communicate it. Because I get the sense that whoever you're dealing with also has this sense of what you are going through. It just feels like an unspoken thing, I guess. And maybe that's what brought the tower down, like not addressing the elephant in the room. I have no idea. You'll definitely know, for sure, more than I. Put in the comments, you don't have to say what it was, but definitely put in the comments if this resonated on any level. Because sometimes all I can do is like read the dynamics, but it doesn't quite say like specifically like what happened, you know, so... And it would be different for everybody anyway, right? Okay, advice from Spirit for Libra. 2 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, and 6 of Pentacles. Or no, 6 of Cups. So this is basically saying like, and then we have the Knight of Cups. You know, perhaps you and your person, and then the Sun. Perhaps you and your person need to reconnect. I mean, and the thing is, this could also be saying take refuge in your partner, and take refuge in your... I mean, let's say this was not your partner, right? Like but yet we have the Lovers right here. So, I don't know. This is saying... hold on to what you got. You do have a 2 of Cups relationship here. It's also a soul bond, soul connection. And, you know, you, at this point, it says you're not letting this go. Okay? So even if you felt like you or been thinking about letting it go, like this would say that you're not ready to. But take the energies as they resonate, okay? Because it could be you or your person. I kind of started to get, not necessarily lost in this reading, but it kind of felt like these energies were starting to kind of like mix together, you know? So that's what I have for you, Libra, for the tarot portion. So let me go ahead and give you a surrender card. Surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. Yep. What else can you do? It's like you don't, what do you do? Push the river? Push against the river? Yep. I think that's really sound advice. I don't know what's coming down, but it comes down either way. And that's the other thing. When it comes to the Tower, that's usually when there has been so much stalemate energy, that the circumstances surrounding everything is just like coincidentally comes tumbling down, right? It's like if you don't make a decision, the universe will make one for you, you know? Okay. Getting hot. I'm hot. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and look into, that was Virgo, and now we are on, no, that was Libra, so now it's gonna be Scorpio. 201. Whoopsie. Okay, Scorpio. Wait. Yeah, Scorpio, then Sagittarius, right? Wait. Yes. So it'll go Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Jesus. Okay, Scorpio. What do we have for you? Okay, what do we have for you, Scorpio? Three of Cups, Queen of Swords, King of Swords, the World, Nine of Cups, Two of Pentacles, bottom of the deck energy, Nine of Swords, Six of Cups, and the Death. Okay. So either you're really worrying about the ending of a soul connection here, or there has been the ending of a soul connection here, because typically the King and Queen of Swords are like a divorced couple, like a separated couple. This could be the separation of a friendship, or, well, yeah, a final ending. Because we have the Death and the World here, you know, overall energy. For your person's energy, there was the World, the Nine of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. I would wonder, well, you know, even if we are the ones to make the decision to like cut somebody out, that can still cause us a lot of grief, pain, and anxiety as well. Because, you know, the way that I see it, if the top energy is your energy, then it, you know, there's the Queen of Swords. Like, she doesn't suffer fools, you know, so she's looking at the King of Swords over here. Like, she's looking right at him and he's looking forward. And, you know, it's kind of like, I just get the feeling that it was like, perhaps it was your decision to be done with this. This was a friendship, somebody that you had a lot of fun with, frivolity, wrapping up this cycle, ending this cycle. And, you know, on your person's side, I mean, and they could have been the one, because the world is on their side here. The world is in their energy. This could be also somebody, you know, needing to wrap up the need for frivolity and fun. And like, this is typically gregarious energy, but it's also like it could be somebody who drinks too much as well. Dinner parties, sharing with, very social and gregarious, but we have the world and that energy, and then the Two of Pentacles. Should I or shouldn't I? So I think you're worried. I think somebody here, okay, this is very specific, but here it is. This could be a separated couple already, and the reason that they did separate is because somebody was drinking too much, or that has not happened yet, but you are definitely worrying about it because this person is like a long time soul bond, very good, you know, friend. I mean, see, that's the other thing. You guys may or may not have been partnered. But it's odd. We have the King of Swords and Queen of Swords. Usually that's a divorced couple. But there's a lot of worry here. Somebody here has a lot of worry about this soul connection. And whether or not it should stay. Because there's always been a lot of fun here. But there's something about this that's just like coming to a close. And I feel that, you know, Scorpio, that's causing you a lot of grief. And you may feel like the person you're dealing with doesn't really... it may appear to you that they're not really all that affected by it. But we'll see. Just simply because we have like this put on a happy face kind of card energy here, which can feel really, you know, fun and everything, but can also feel like a little bit of a bullshitter energy, you know. Okay, so for the connected energies, we have the Hierophant, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. So, this could have been a commitment at one point, or there was some sort of, you know, spiritual connection. But that would appear to, like, there's something about that cycle that has wrapped, you know? And with this, between the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Cups, there's the Eight of Pentacles. So, you know, either one or both of you is really, like, diving into their work right now. Somebody works a lot. And it leaves the other person feeling like out in the cold. Maybe it's this person is trying to juggle you with, you know, this relationship with their own work. And you feel like that's out of balance and you could be feeling out in the cold. essentially what this also says just on its own, and this could apply to both of you, is that some more spiritual work is needed here, each on your own individual levels. Like there's some sort of needing to get in touch with one's own moral compass. And once that was achieved, or once this, some advice was given, or there was some counsel that was sought, that, one person, one or both people were left feeling out in the cold. This could also be like somebody working really hard in order to get their money back up to where they want it to be, and that could be a part of the central issue here. Like, I can't spend as much time with you because I really need to focus on my finances, and this is just what I need to do, stuff like that. Yeah. So, be that as it may, this is causing a lot of anxiety. There's it feels like the final ending to a connection, ending of a cycle. And, people are just trying to work on and figure out how to feel good again. This can also mean that someone's going to therapy. So 3 cards from Spirit for Scorpio. Five of Cups, the Emperor, and the Four of Cups. So yeah, whatever this Emperor handed you, or this very well could be your own energy getting very, very clear about me, myself, and I, and what is it that I need. And even if you're choosing the path of I know what I need, and I know it isn't this, even though I've always really enjoyed this, then, it feels like a big bummer. You're not happy with what has been offered you. And ultimately, the ending of this, or setting the boundaries, which feel like very final boundaries, is very, very painful. There's a loss here. There's a grief. A loss and grief here. Ooh. And then at the bottom we have strength. So this could very well be happening right now in Leo season. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles. But this is single energy, but this is also one of my favorite cards, because this person is let's say, for instance, you come out of this grieving energy and you step into this, you'll be okay. You'll be just fine. You will be just fine. You'll even be way better than you've ever been. So manifesting some kind of new love, right? But ultimately, it's going to take a lot of strength to get back in touch with yourself and really be feeling yourself again, standing in your own power. There's some healing that definitely needs to happen here, but that's what the cards are saying today, Scorpio. Yeah. This is rough, but you know what? With the outcome cards being the 9 of Pentacles, that's exactly where you want to be. That's a very, very well self-possessed person, and not self-centered, but self-possessed. Somebody who feels very good in their own skin and is in a really good place, with regard to their finances, their stability, their sense of self, just really in a good spot. So I feel like that's where you're headed. If in fact this reading was resonating with you, and you're coming out of a long-term friendship or long-term relationship, some sort of partnership of some kind, you know. Soul connection. Okay, surrender the habit of people pleasing. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Yeah. Maybe you were like, I can't do this anymore. I'm over functioning here. I gotta look after me for a while. That very well could be it. You know, you could be like, I'm out of my element. I really need to get back to feeling good about myself and good about everything that I'm engaged in. So I can't be just hanging out and drinking and whatever else, you know. Right? So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. I hope that helped. Please go ahead and put down in the comments if it resonated, and you know, thank you for liking the video and all the things, okay? Sending you all kinds of love, okay? All right, so now after Scorpio, Sagittarius, and that's 216. All right, let's go ahead and look and see what Sagittarius has going on. What is that rattling sound? Oh, it's this frickin' cup. Which is like right next to the microphone, so it's gonna be like rattling. I'm sorry. Okay. So it's gonna be tough, but anyways, I'll get off of that. It'll be okay. All right. Okay. Sagittarius. If we have 4 more signs to go, that means we have 1 more hour. An hour from now, it'll be about 8:30. So I'm gonna have to, I want to power through these because I definitely don't, I want to be done by the time the sun goes, like before the sun goes down. I live up here in Washington, and like I feel like the sun doesn't go down till, I don't know, like 10 in the summertime. Oh my gosh, guess what? This morning, I saw 3 leaves fall. I did. I was getting my coffee and I look out my kitchen window and I see this 1 leaf fall, and I'm like, I kind of like looked again, and like a couple seconds later another leaf fell from a completely different tree. Oh my god, already? It's gonna start coming up, and then I see some other trees that kind of like have a little bit of a yellow hue, and I'm like, oh my god, not yet. Not yet. Okay. Okay, this is for Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Do. 7 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Judgment, Four of Pentacles. And the bottom of the deck energy, Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, the Magician. So something is slow going and it's been really, really hard, but I feel like this is completely tied to what it is that you're trying to create for yourself and maybe even for like, you know, just as a whole, like what you're trying to create, what you're trying to bring out into the world. And so, you know, it's been hard, but you're doing it and you're seeing it through. Okay. You're seeing it through. No matter how long it takes, right? It could be slow moving right now, but it's slow moving because it's like there's so much to do. And it's one of those things where it's like it can't just happen fast. Whatever it is that you're working on, it's like I get the sense that this is like a process, like you're doing something very tangible, but it's also the natural order of things is just by nature not a very fast moving energy at all. It's just like it's a thing. It's a process, you know. Okay. You are continuing to invest. You're continuing to invest despite there being some hiccups along the way where, you know, you could have tried some things and then it wasn't as fruitful as you hoped. But it's like you're still in it to win it, right? Because this, whatever this is like it has you totally inspired. And I feel like right now you are, you know, either giving help to other people or asking for help where you need it, which is a very healthy energy, Sagittarius. Very healthy energy. The person or, you know, the person attached to you, Knight of Swords, Judgment, and the Four of Pentacles. So they made some sort of decision, and I don't know if, okay, so here they are running away fast, running away very fast, away from this judgment. Okay, so perhaps this is somebody like you wanted to reconcile with, and they were like, no. And they were like, no. Because on the other side of the reconciliation judgment card, or it could have been anything. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a resurrection of a relationship. It could be, you know, getting the band back together, or it could even be like, here was this opportunity that we had. Yeah, here's this opportunity, and there was a decision to make, and then it was not agreed upon. Because somebody was like, well, if I'm going to agree to that, then I'm going to have to like open up or let go of another particular thing, you know, namely attached to some kind of tangible, some kind of sense of stability with a particular thing. Like, you know, say for instance, if this was, okay, let's go in on this project together. We have an opportunity to like rent this space, but you know, we got to act now, like it won't be available forever. It was a big decision. Judgment typically denotes big decisions, and it's like, well, no, like how much is that going to cost? $15,000? Like I only have $17,000 in my savings account. Like I can't just like put down on my whole savings account, you know, so something like that, right? You know, perhaps you ask this person for some help, some financial help to seize this opportunity, and they were like, no, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't lend you any money. Like, I don't have any money to lend, and any money that I do have, I need to keep, you know, something like that. Okay. Yep. Okay. So with the Seven of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords, okay, and so as I was shuffling and I'm looking at these cards, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. You're like, I'm continuing to invest in this. Can you invest in this too? It's like, then they told you their piece about, you know, all the things, reasons not to invest or reasons not to contribute or whatever. And there was an argument about this. There could have been an argument. You guys could have had the same goal, right? Like you still want to make whatever this goal is work, but what each person is willing to invest and like where the chips land basically is a point of contention. What actions are we going to take? We both want to get to here, but your ideas and your suggestions, I don't know. I don't want to do that. How about this? Well, I don't want to do that, you know? So it's like you have a shared goal, but it's like, nah, you know, you're not seeing eye to eye when it comes to, you know, the means to the end here. And so with this fast moving opportunity and the judgment call, one or both of you were really in your head about this. Like, oh, a lot of worry and and you know, in the finish, when it comes to the Eight of Swords, it's like, yes, it's a bummer card. You're definitely in your head about it. You know, either you or your person or the both of you. But it's one of those things where it's like, no need to borrow trouble, right? Like, no need to borrow trouble by worrying about shit that you can't control. Or no need to borrow trouble when it's like worrying about something and feeling trapped when, like, you absolutely are not trapped. You still have agency in this card. You are not without agency. You can loosen those binds and walk right out of there, take off that blindfold at any time because it's like so loosely bound there. And there aren't even any swords in front of this figure. It's like it's open in front, you know, it's like the swords are behind them, but they're blindfolded. And so it's like they're not seeing the route in which they could take to be like, oh, I don't need to be all like this. It doesn't need to be this hard or whatever. So, you know, but when you're dealing with certain things and then like there's a fast moving energy that comes along and it's like, oh my God, the opportunity is only going to last for 5 hours. You have to make a choice. That can feel very constricting where then it's like you don't have much room or time to think about whatever it is, right? To like really make a very informed decision. It's kind of like fast moving energy. So King of Wands here over the Six of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles is like, how can we both invest in this? And one person's like, no. And, you know, with the King of Wands here, it's like, this is a leadership energy. And, you know, Sagittarius, this very well could be you in this situation. You're like, well, I'm the leader of this outfit, and this is what's required if we're going to move forward on this, if we're going to manifest the thing that we've been working on, you know? So what is the outcome here, and what is the word of advice? What are 3 cards from Spirit for Sagittarius to deliver a message that could be helpful at this time? The Fool, the Moon, and the Six of Cups. Okay, well, you guys don't know where you're headed next or what the next opportunity is going to be. Like you might have come to a spot where you're like, okay, well, we might not have an option, or that opportunity's gone. So who knows? I don't know, right? So, I mean, you could be at a space where you guys are kind of going back to the drawing board a little bit. You're not entirely sure what it is that you're going to be doing, but you know that you're doing it together, right? It's kind of like, well, here we have our soul bond, but the other thing that's about this too is that there could be some secrets between you two. There could be some unconscious dynamics playing out between you two. Okay? This energy right here could speak to, like, you know, each person's early wounding could be getting triggered, right? And it's like this behavior that's coming to the surface can be informed by, you know, things that that are unconscious, right? And so it's important. I mean, this is definitely an important relationship to you both. So there is a want to move forward. I mean, with this, I'm wondering, it could mean that only one of you is moving forward in this endeavor. And I don't know if this is I don't think it's a love relationship. I get the sense that it's more of like a partnership, like a collaboration, or some sort of shared project. But yeah. It's like wanting to move forward, and like, say if this opportunity, whatever it was, didn't really pan out, it's like, okay, well, let's just start over and kind of renew our resources and like go back to square one and like try another way, because that's what this energy is about. Like, I don't see an abandonment of the endeavor. I don't see that. I just see like a readjustment, you know, like a reassessment, a readjustment, conversations and arguments about how these things are going to play out, and all of that. So let's go ahead and get you a surrender card, Sagittarius. Surrender to the magic of who you are. Yay! We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. Yes, absolutely. That's the value. That's where the value is, most definitely. You know, and we can begin to go into the mush pot a little bit and give ourselves a hard time when certain ideas and goals didn't pan out the way we had hoped straight away. But I feel like what that card is saying is like continuing to believe in yourself and what it is that you're wanting to nurture and grow is the key, you know? Okay. So hopefully that resonated for you and helped you on some level, Sagittarius. And go ahead and put in the comments, you know, if it did. And thank you so much for liking the video. If it didn't quite resonate, check your other zodiacal placements. But we will be moving on to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. King of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, and 4 of Wands. Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, coming in to offer a little cup of love here, being charming, being dreamy, all the things. That's somebody could be coming toward you with a cup, or you could be, you know, giving a cup or whatever. Under that, 10 of Wands, and then 9 of Cups. Interesting. Okay. Okay, and then 8 of Wands, messages. All right. So Capricorn, it looks like, you know, either you or another person is holding a cup of love here, and one or either one of you is feeling very like there's a heaviness to that. There's a heaviness to that in between. There's like frivolous, fun energy, like let's hang out, have a dinner party, have some wine, have like several glasses of wine. And then, you know, here comes this romantic energy, and it's kind of like, where's the struggle? And there's something hard about it. Or maybe there is, but like there's something difficult about this energy. And so it's kind of like, okay, well, what is this about? What is this about? And and I wonder, is somebody hiding something, right? Because sometimes this card can also denote like someone putting on a happy face, because, you know, what's behind the curtain here? So let's see. So in your energy, Capricorn, King of Pentacles, there you are. You know, it looks like you've been in your head a bit about your long-term stability, your 10 of Pentacles, all the different things that you have going on. And, you know, a 10 can always feel like, okay, well, it's time to pull the car over. Like, it's just been getting really overwhelming. And in this case, on the 3D level, like on the very tangible level, like work, obligations, charity work, taking the kids to soccer, like whatever, like all the very practical day in and day out stuff is just like becoming very stressful, you know, and you're definitely not trapped by it, but it could definitely feel that way, very overwhelmed. You know, you could very well be in a position where you think like, gosh, well, you know, if I take a break or if I set a boundary or something along those lines, like, what if I don't, you know, because this is somebody who's like quite mindful of their money and amassing their wealth. And really, once they have that wealth and once they have that stability, keeping it that way, right? And so it's like, you very well may be in your head because you feel like you really need a break. But then you could be worried, well, what if I take a break and then I won't be here for this job, I won't be there for that job, and blah, 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 blah. You know, and then it's like all the while you're just kind of like it's too much. And so with the person connected to you, you have the 5 of Wands, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands. Okay. So this very well could be conflict at work, right? Perhaps you are a boss and there could be conflict among the group about how to do a thing. Everybody has conflicting ideas about the goal, about how to make it work. Okay? This could also be you having internal conflict about something. Okay? But either way, there's conflict in and or around you. And given that it's connected with you here, but in the pentacle realm, it's like that could be about tangible things. 8 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles, right? It's like, yeah, if you're feeling overwhelmed with work, you also don't want to take any days off. I don't know. It's like there's like a real like, it's like you can't afford to leave, because it's like, really, I'm gonna leave and like all these dimwits are gonna make it happen? Like, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. It's like, these folks don't even know how to put up a tent. How am I supposed to take vacation when I don't have anybody to take over for me? You know, something like that could be playing out for you. 10 of Pentacles and 4 of Wands, right? So there's definite stability here. Now, if we're reading this as your person, which that's the intention of the video, it's like this person is struggling with like holding on, maybe, I don't know, holding on to you or holding on to a sense of stability. I'm not sure, so we'll have to see. There could even be internal struggle with your person about opening up. That's also another possibility as well. How to create harmony. You could even, I don't know, you could even be, for some of you, you could even be planning a wedding, right? And it's just the whole process is quite hard. How are you guys supposed to hire all the catering? I mean, on a very practical level, you know, when you look at these cards from a very practical level, that could be a part of it too. Not wanting to part with too many resources in order to pay for this wedding. You could be in your head a lot about spending too much money, not wanting to spend too much money. If that's the case, then you and your person are on the same page. However, there is conflict about money here, because it's like Pentacles, Wands, conflict about the stability of the home, conflict about a celebration. Okay. All right. So the combined energies between the King of Pentacles and the Five of Wands is the Magician. So there's something that you're wanting to manifest here, but you're having a hard time. And this says to me, like, you know, there's a level of conflict with another person and even within yourself on how this is supposed to manifest, how this is supposed to take shape and come about. You know, so you've had some struggle in your joined effort to make this union come together. And, you know, you've been in your head about it, and they've been holding on very tightly. And it's kind of like, okay, well, how that sounds deliberate. Anyways, okay. It's like, okay, continuing to invest, even though it's kind of like, I just feel like you're both trying to manifest something together, and there's struggle in how that is coming together. And you're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, like you're still investing in this, right? But it's like having to kind of review and like go back to the drawing board on like, well, what's been working? What hasn't been working? And, you know, you've been in your head a bit about it for sure with the Eight of Swords, and they've been really holding on. So maybe they're really holding fast to how they want something to grow, right? Like you're both trying to grow something, but you have different approaches in a way. excuse me, you're like more worried and they're more. This is also kind of a worrisome card too. If you think about it, it's like someone not wanting to part with whatever it is. There's something that they don't want to part with, or they're holding on to. So with the Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, we have the Two of Cups. It's like all those three cards like go together so beautifully. It's like, yeah, at the end of the day, there is stability here. And there's even a long-term commitment here, right? Like with the Ten of Pentacles, that's like typically the partner, the house, the job, like all the, our house is a very, very, very fine house type frickin' scenario. Even though it can get very stressful with all the different tangible things to be mindful of. But, ultimately, I feel like you and your person are trying to make this work. You really love each other very, very much. And, there is some sense of struggle, or there's some sense of like burden or heaviness or hardship when it comes to like how this love is expressed. With the Knight of Cups, Ten of Wands, and the Nine of Cups here, it's like, is it difficult to keep giving to this? It's like you want to keep giving to this. But there's something about it that's just like, there's some sort of something that I feel like you need, I feel like you feel needs tweaking. Like, I feel like that Seven of Pentacles energy kind of falls more in your lap a little bit because of the the Eight of Swords. Like, and you know what? I can't quite tell if this is something that you and your person, you very well could like argue about this together, or the Five of Wands could be an internal experience. You could be dealing with a Gemini. That's the only major here is the Magician. So manifesting. As above, so below. Like bringing your dream down from the ether to the reality. You definitely have a lot of responsibility. Messages from Spirit for Capricorn. Okay. So you have the High Priestess, Temperance, and the Three of Swords. So yeah. So the High Priestess, when the High Priestess shows up, that can say that you're really using your intuition, okay? Your intuition is more of the guiding force for you right now. It's also an invitation to do more emotional work, okay? And plumb the depths of your psyche and really kind of get into like, your personhood and your spirit and like, what is it that's inside of you, basically. And then with the Temperance and the Three of Swords, it's like, yes, you definitely want to be nuanced in any kind of communication that you have going forward, trying to manage this, when you're managing this coming together with another person, right? For this Two of Cups experience, Four of Wands experience, Ten of Pentacles experience, it's like you can feel very overwhelmed when it comes to like the Eight of Swords, where it's like really kind of worrying about stuff. Five of Wands, feeling conflicted about what you're manifesting. Ten of Wands energy, feeling like everything's so heavy sometimes that you just want to like have things be easy, frivolous, and fun, which is like, of course, you know, that I feel like that's like the what do they call it? The stress relief, you know, having fun. So my point being is like, this is really important energy for you to remember in an effort to, you know, like any kind of heartbreak energy, right? I'm not too sure because I don't see heartbreak energy here. So I'm a little surprised that this popped out, but I feel like it makes sense because it's like how to manage all these feelings that I feel like are happening behind the scenes, like they're just happening for you, you know, that nobody really knows about, because the High Priestess is also very secretive. So you could also be holding things close to the vest, feeling very secretive right now, you know. And so it's like if we hold on to a lot of pressure and a lot of like worry and all the things, then, you know, our communication can come out sharply. So I feel like with the Temperance, it's like whatever it is that you're going through and what you're trying to balance is also contributing definitely to your overall growth, because in emotional growth and, you know, soul growth. But that I feel like with this energy, that then you'll be more mindful of, you know, this energy. Having to be more nuanced and tempered and like, and maybe even how you communicate because of the Three of Swords, or the swords in general. Maybe you're trying to figure out right now how to communicate to your person about whatever it is that's kind of all up here. And yeah, that's a possibility. That's what it seems like to me. That's what the cards are saying. So ultimately though, I feel like you have a good connection, a beautiful connection with this person. Two of Cups, Four of Wands, like that's quite stable. That's really stable. But it can feel overwhelming. Okay. Oh. Yes. Like I had mentioned earlier, like there could be a conflict about how to plan the wedding and la-di-da. So let's say that you are getting married or you are on the precipice of some sort of commitment here. You could be really worried or feeling heartbroken or feeling whatever about the change, how this will change you. Yes. That's just another thought that I had as I was shuffling these. You know, which would require this work around the High Priestess energy. Like, what is the subconscious? What are the emotions? What is at the root of this for you, you know? And we're talking like deep. going back to any kind of like primary wounding on any level. Perfect. Surrender the habit of people-pleasing. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Yeah. Yeah. So that when you do say no or set boundaries or whatever, you just have to do it in a nuanced way. Like you can still preserve your own sense of okayness in the face of doing that, you know? Like you owe yourself that. It's all right. It's okay to say no to some folks, like, cuz here's the other thing, like feeling like you need to be all things to all people and do all the things all the time. That's hard. And it's not healthy or sustaining, you know? I mean, it's like, dude. So then it's like part of that high priestess work is like, where did that come from? Why is that there? You know? Okay. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Aquarius. We have 2 more signs to go. Aquarius and Pisces, and then we'll be all done. Okay. Knight of Cups, Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, 10 of Wands, the Chariot, the Moon. Bottom of the deck energy, the Lovers, the 3 of Cups, the 8 of Swords. Okay, and then the King of Wands, Queen of Cups. Huh, Aquarius. Aquarius. Yeah, so it looks like there's a really important, very important relationship here for you. You know, you definitely have love, you have friendship, you know, commitment, like you're able to really, you just have this very deep soul bond with this person, and you can also have a lot of fun with them, but there's something that you're in your head about. Okay? And up top in your energy, we have 3 court cards. So, you know, I see you, the Queen of Swords here, and it doesn't have to be gender. It's not gendered, it's just an energy. But given that you're an air sign, that I'm going to see that that's probably you, okay? So it would appear that you have your eyes on a Queen of Wands over here. So you could have another fire sign in your energy, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And then there is somebody coming up from behind here either Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer who's trying to offer you their cup of love. You know, and with the lovers was always known as the choice. So I don't know, like somebody could have their eye on you and you're like, but your back is to them, right? So your back is to them, Aquarius. And you are like, you only have eyes for this Queen of Wands here, okay? And so this Knight of Cups, it's like this, it looks like there's more than just you and one other person here in the mix. You know, I think that this Knight of Cups, well, let me just say, somebody here is experiencing a pretty heavy burden. They're really not entirely sure about how they want to embody the next phase of their life. They have a lot of unconscious things from their unconscious that are like driving them right now. They could have a lot of fears about moving forward, not really knowing what to do. Feeling as though they could have a lot of different options in how to go about doing this and how to go about moving forward here. I mean, I see, and then with the Three of Cups, it's like you're in your head and next to the Three of Cups and the choice. So you are aware of this Knight of Cups, okay? Somebody wants the Aquarius, and I don't know if you want that Knight of Cups as well, but you definitely got your eyes on this Queen of Wands. You may not know what's going on with the Queen of Wands, if they're interested as well, because they can be kind of, you know, aloof maybe. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you're stressed out because you know that somebody has a crush on you. I don't know. This is funny. Okay. Say down in the comments what you think this is. 'Cause this is weird. It's not weird. I mean, whatever. This kind of shit happens all the time. And it could even be somebody from your friend group, right? Could be somebody from your friend group that's like, like has a little crush on you, trying to get your attention, and you're like, hello, like I already have a partner here. Or don't you know, big old, I'm already interested in this fire sign over here. Okay, this one wanted to come out. It flipped over and then it popped out, so I'm gonna take it. So yeah, this person has been sending you messages. They've been sending you messages, and either they have been feeling really burdened by how they carry this cup of love for you, or like maybe you're not returning their phone calls or their texts or whatever. They definitely, oh, okay, and then you are in your head again. You got Eight of Swords and Nine of Swords. What are you going to do? And then we have the Five of Cups. Holy balls, what is going on here? So I feel like you're getting messages from this Knight of Cups person. And either you or them is feeling kind of burdened by like the heaviness of like trying. They're continuing to try. Okay. And you have your eye on this Queen of Wands, but I feel like there's a lot more mystery around this person. And I feel like you really want to move towards this person, like you'd like to include the Queen of Wands in your next phase of life, but you're feeling worried about that. you know, and you really, maybe you've tried to talk to this Queen of Wands and they've been kind of guarded with you. But there is worry here. There is worry here in the energy between, you know, moving forward and, you know, moving forward with this King of Swords, or you moving forward, right? And this Queen of Wands, it's like there's mystery, but there's also grief. So perhaps this Queen of Wands hasn't been very available to you because they're going through something all on their own. They're going through it right now with something. And you don't know what it is because they haven't shared it with you. Yeah. So it would appear you're just in a pickle right now, Aquarius. So what's the outcome? What's messages of advice for Aquarius here? What's the message? What does Aquarius need to know with regard to this somewhat complicated situation? Wheel of Fortune, the Tower, the Empress, and then the Four of Pentacles on the bottom. So there's something that you're definitely not wanting to let go of, okay? But somebody has made a choice, and, you know, with the Wheel of Fortune is like the fuck around and find out card, okay? So somebody fucked around, and they found out. The Tower came down with this Empress energy. Okay, so, you know, the Empress typically signifies a mother figure. Okay, a mother figure, but this is also reading it on a very, like, energetic level. This would be like, you know, and then the Tower before it, like, there could have been a very stark disruption in your plans of, you know, there's just a disruption in your sense of flow here, a disruption in your sense of, like, creativity and nurturing. There's something came in and disrupted the nurturing energy here. There was loving energy, nurturing energy, and it got disrupted. Okay? And so with this Wheel of Fortune, it's like somebody made a decision that brought the Tower on. That's, yeah, there was like, this was like the Wheel of Fate, the Wheel of Karma. There was some decision that somebody made and it didn't work out. And it really, you know, it brought it down with the Empress, either the Empress or like the actual energy of, you know. This could have been loss of a pregnancy. That's something else here. For sure. For sure. You know, I don't even know if I want to go there. That seems a bit specific and very intense. But I got it, so I have to say it. Like, let's just, okay. This sounds really messed up, but let's say somebody stepped out on somebody else and actually, you know, fooled around with this Knight of Cups that was giving them attention. And then, you know, perhaps the Queen of Wands was with child and found out about the stepping out and then made a decision, and that is very grief. Oh, I don't even want to, oh, never mind. Cancel, release, cancel. Sorry about that. It's just something that came through in the reading. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Like, this looks like a really complicated situation, or maybe not even too complicated, but the feelings, there's a lot of grief, there's a lot of worry, there's a lot of strife. I feel like whoever this Knight of Cups is was just like somebody who was like, freaking, first off, they need to go, because I don't feel like this experience is shared with this Knight of Cups. Like, this Knight of Cups appears to me to be the third party energy. Like, they are not of this dyad. I feel like the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands are definitely in their own dyad, and there's grief happening for both of them, and worry and all the things, and this Knight of Cups is just kind of sitting here on the side, like, wondering why nobody will respond to his texts, in being a total freaking D-bag. Interfering. It's like, don't interfere. This is like, go quietly away, because there's too much going on with these people that have a connection that has nothing to do with you, but perhaps came in and like pissed in the pool in some way. Okay? That's a strong possibility. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm feeling. That's the reading. Okay? For me. And whatever decision somebody made brought the tower down, which also really, disrupted the Empress energy. Like, the beauty and the flow and all the things just like kind of came out of nowhere and just like disrupted the flow. And so this is a situation that is in need of repair. There needs to be communication. And things need to come out of the dark, because I feel like there are things that are unspoken between this King of Swords, or Queen of Swords and Queen of Wands here. Okay? That's what I have for you, Aquarius, for the tarot portion. Okay? I hope that helped. A lot of the readings tonight have just been like gnarly. Like, every single person, save like Cancer and Capricorn and Sagittarius and Leo. I don't know. Like, their readings didn't seem to be as gnarly. I don't know, man. Dude, it's just all kinds of gnarly energy. People are going through it. What is happening? Venus is in retrograde, so maybe some stupid ex came back and was like, hey, man. And like, just freaking disrupted the happy homeostasis. Okay. Surrender to joy, okay? A key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling during both the hard and easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. Okay, I'm going to pick another one, because that one is good, but it's kind of cheesy and doesn't really... I like ones that have a bit more depth to them instead of being like, whatever. Okay. Surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Yes. Okay. Okay, Aquarius, that is what I have for you. We'll be moving on to Pisces now. The final sign of the evening. And again, go ahead and put in the comments, Aquarius, if that resonated on any level, and like, you know, if any time for anybody watching this video, if a reading, it's like, don't try to make a reading fit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know, then you don't know, or whatever, but like, a reading should never take away from you, which is kind of a silly thing to say in the face of like all this kind of negative vibes. I feel like it's been a little bit, you know, the vibes have been a little bit dark this evening, a little bit dreary, a little bit rough. But, you know, don't kill the messenger. Like, I shuffle the cards as much as possible, but I really do feel like a lot of the same cards. Like, how many times, like, 10 of Wands, 8 of Swords come out tonight? Like, a ton. So I feel like there's just a lot of folks feeling overwhelmed and feeling worried and feeling burdened. And, you know, given the national and global climate of our times, that's not a surprise. But it's like people's relationships are breaking down, you know. Okay, Pisces. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. What do we have for you, Pisces? Okay, 317. This is for Pisces. This is for Pisces. Seven of Cups, Two of Wands, Nine of Cups, Two of Cups, the Hermit, and the Nine of Wands. Okay, Pisces. All right. Bottom of the deck energy, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and the Star. And then the Five of Pentacles. So maybe the Three of Pentacles ended up becoming a Two of Cups. Okay. So it appears that like you and another person, or a couple of people, like it could have been you and two other people, you know, this is like a collaboration dating card, trying to build a strong foundation. This could even be like working on a team, okay, on a shared project or goal, all right? Now, with the Ace of Cups here, it's like, ooh, yeah, that gives it a different flavor, right? That totally gives it a totally different flavor. Like, there's love here. There's a new relationship. There's some sort of love offer happening, okay? Or at least that's the hope, because I see the Star card here, and the Star is gonna take precedence because it's a major. And so I feel like, Pisces, for you right now, that there's a lot of love in your heart, you know, and you're trying to get out there and see who you can offer it to. And, you know, there's a lot of hope and grace in your approach, and just wanting to bring that wish to fulfillment, you know. There's just a real want for love right now, and collaboration and connection, and building a strong foundation for like the next, or even this current phase of your life. And I said next because I get the sense that like with more than one person here, that like that can be like a connecting with a couple of different people, okay? Now for you, that's an overall energy, right? But for you, you have the Seven of Cups, so you could really be spoiled for choice right now, Pisces. And there's a Two of Wands and the Nine of Cups. So it's like getting your groove back, having fun, being gregarious. You got to be aware of like drinking too much. This can also be a card of overindulgence. But for the most part, just having fun, like seeing what the 9 comes after the 8, and if in the 8 you had walked away from something, and so it's like you're trying to kind of get your groove back, And so with the Two of Wands, it's like there's a decision to be made, right? So you got the world in your hand here, and a wand in the other, and which would denote like some sort of like wanting to strike out, wanting to explore. There is a wand here in the background, and it's bolted to the wall, And so it's like, yeah, that wand will always be there. Whatever that inspiration or that passion or that drive or that interest, that thing that is like that I feel like it's like, okay, yeah, I know what this is about, and it's like, and it's going to be here. Like I want it to like stay right here, it'll be here when I get back. And this is like, let's go explore, So it's kind of like there's a decision between two passions here. But it would appear that one is, one has been chosen and one is being not thrown away, but is just like being tucked away, like tucked there for you, Pisces. So, yeah. Okay. And so then for your person, you have the Two of Cups, the Hermit, and the Nine of Wands. So yeah, it's like they come in with this Two of Cups energy. This is somebody that feels very much connected to you. There could be some confusion on your part about this connection, because it's like the confusion card is over the connection. And so you're kind of like, okay, there's some confusion there. And with this Hermit energy, it would appear that your person has really been doing a lot of soul searching, consulting their inner guru. This is somebody who has a lot of experience, right? Just as like this lived experience has contributed to his wisdom. And so whenever somebody is, in Hermit energy, it's like they're really getting in touch with their own wisdom, the wisdom that they've acquired through their life, like through their journeys. And, I'll see into the connected energy there, but there's a Hermit energy of this, that this person has, even though that they're here with you in the Two of Cups. And then with the Hermit, there's a guardedness. So it's like, okay, being hermited and then being guarded, but not just being guarded for the sake of being guarded. It's like this person is battle weary, like they've taken their lumps, like this is like the wounded warrior. That's what people call this card, the wounded warrior card. So, it would appear that your person just feels so much love for you, but at the same time, they might be wary of showing that, and maybe they're kind of doing some soul searching on how to really show up and step into that, because these energies I don't know, like that's how they would correlate with this energy, right? Because it's a very open-hearted, connected, like see eye to eye, like I'm here, la-di-da, like very much present energy. Okay, with another person, present. Okay, with this person feels this way with you. They feel present. So then how can you be present with another person when you're also holding this energy, right? So let's see. And so for you, Pisces, it's like that can bring on feelings of confusion. And then, maybe when, I don't know, like, I get a very kind of, with the Seven of Cups, Two of Wands, Nine of Cups, it's kind of like this free floating kind of, it's it's not very grounded. Like, this is kind of like, oh, like, let's have fun and da 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 da. But I don't know. I get the sense that you were not, I don't know if you're entirely aware that this person holds Two of Cups energy for you. I don't know if you're fully aware of that. Maybe they haven't presented their cup yet, and that's a part of it. That's a part of the overall, the overall energy. Maybe they have not presented their cup to you yet, because this person has been in hermit mode and guarded mode. Huh. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, you're confused about the commitment. Yeah. Oof. Oof. Okay, what the heck? And then we have manifestation at the bottom. Manifesting the Ten of Cups. Maybe in Leo season. So with the Seven of Cups and the Two of Cups here, we have the Hierophant, which is like a commitment. It's a commitment and marriage card, but it's also a card of like, the Hierophant is like, is the vessel, is the conduit for the voice of spirit, okay? And so this can also stand for somebody who you deem to be, you know, your mentor and guide, things like that. And so, but I do, like, on its face, with the Two of Cups and the Seven of Cups and the Hierophant, it's like there is confusion about the nature of this connection. It's like, wait, do I have it right? This is with that question, like, wait, oh my God, what are we? That's that piece. Okay, so you got this what are we energy coupled with, you know, the Hermit, the Two of Wands, and then the Fool. So it's kind of like, okay, well, there's so much confusion and you're kind of like not even here, so I'm gonna cruise. Like, I think that's what you're dealing with, Pisces. That is how the cards are reading, that you are about ready to make a decision and start anew somewhere else with, you know, somebody else, whoever that may be, because your Two of Cups person who feels this way about you is not expressing that to you yet. Ish. I don't know. I think I'm saying yet because I see this, right? I see this. But then in the finish over here, like, we have the Nine of Cups and then the Nine of Wands. So, you know, someone is like, you are open, gregarious, available, fun, you know, come on over. Like, this is like the dinner party kind of like, let me share my bounty with you and let's listen to music and drink and hang out and blah, blah, blah. And this other person might feel guarded against that, against engaging in that with you, okay? And then there's this Ten of Swords. So, like, okay, so is it an ending? An ending to this, you know, dynamic? And we got a 9 and 9. It's like self-expression. 9 is the number of the self, right? Huh. So what is ending here? What is ending here? You know, is it going to be the end of this imbalanced dynamic? Is it going to be the end of this person being guarded? Is it going to be the end of this person being invited? Or the gregarious energy? Could very well be. Like, I feel like it's kind of on the brink. Like, I feel like it's like on the brink. Because with the Two of Wands and the Fool over the Hermit. You know? It's like somebody feeling the Two of Cups energy, but having been so wounded or hurt in the past that like they just like spend so much time consulting, like being in their own space about it, that like the other person, which would be you, Pisces, if this is your energy, and these roles can be reversed. Okay, this is a general reading for the internet audience. So it's kind of like, well, yeah, like if someone is hermiting and in Nine of Wands energy, feeling defensive or not defensive, but like guarded, and then solitary, how is Pisces supposed to know that they feel this way? How? And if Pisces is like, hey, let's have fun, and your person's like, no, then it's like, okay, I guess I'll just go have an adventure by myself, you know, like whatever, right? So that's, I don't know, that looks like a dynamic. That's definitely a dynamic. Yeah. Ouch. Shit. Oh, I just hit my leg against the leg of my table. Ooh. Sorry, guys. It's been a long freaking reading. But this looks really hopeful here, right? I honestly feel like this is like a shared desire and a shared hope, because there is a lot of love here. There's a lot of love here. You know? And there's a want to manifest the Ten of Cups. But it's, you know, it's going to take strength to do that. And I'm imagining on the part of this person who's hermiting and guarded, and like then there's, you know, what things are not seen? What's hidden right now? Grief. Grief is being hidden. God, I'll never get the hang of this camera. Grief is hiding. This is not being talked about. This is your person's being very quiet about the grief that they're holding. You know, but they do have a lot of passion here. Yeah. Yeah, Pisces. I get the sense that somebody really cares so much about you, but it's really hard for them to express it. And not just cares a lot about you, like they freaking love you. They love you, and they are having a hard time expressing it. And your interpretation of that is like, well, I guess they're not fucking into me. Like, okay, you know? And if that's the message that keeps coming across, then it's like, of course you're gonna freaking bound out on some, you know, some sort of adventure or whatever. Just whatever, you know. It doesn't even have to be another person. It could be like some other freaking thing. Who knows? Go traveling, right? And just like, there's the world in the hand of the person who's holding the wand, you know? Okay, so let's get some words of advice from Spirit here. What does Pisces need to know? What would be helpful for Pisces energy moving forward? Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and Temperance. Cool. Focus on your work. Is there some sort of new job or new endeavor that you're doing? Focus on that and be patient. Focus on that and be patient. And like, you know, always be, and this is so much at the front of my mind right now because of this, you know, the stuff that I learned about temperance kind of in an experiential way earlier this week is like, be mindful of how you send your message, and like how, and not even how you send a message, but how you receive a message as well, you know, like stuff like that. Yeah. I think this is really good energy. This is really good advice for you, Pisces. Just focus on work right now. Focus on the things in your tangible 3D that you can control, and or not control, but that you do have mastery over, that you feel confident in, that, you know, areas of your life that don't leave you in some sort of cloud of confusion. Yeah. Because this person has their own process that they're going through, right? They have their own process that they're going through, and, you know, it would appear that you know, maybe the Ace of Cups will be presented soon here, because I feel like a shared energy also is like wanting to manifest some happily ever after type of energy, okay? Which is very healthy and very, very lovely. I don't know. I mean, this gives me pause a little bit right here. The Ten of Swords seems a bit harsh, given all these other energies are really quite nice, you know, really, really sweet and understandable, and very much rooted in the human experience when it comes to being open and vulnerable with another person, right? I mean, nobody's on the same. This can be very difficult for a lot of people, and this is overlaying the Two of Wands on your part, and then the Hermit on their part is the Fool. Yeah, the Fool and the Hermit are not jumping off the cliff together. Right? Like, if anything, the Hermit is like, what? Oh, I don't know. I need to have some more thinking to do, or whatever, right? Okie dokie. Okay, Pisces. Okay. Surrender to inner peace. Yeah. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet, meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. Fair enough. That sounds lovely. Yeah. Okay, that is what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I so appreciate your viewership and all of your likes and shares and subscribes and comments. Comments and likes are what boost this channel, and I will say that once I reach 1,000 followers or subscribers, I'll go ahead and I'll give away a free 1 hour reading and one-on-one reading. And so once we reach that goal, and then I could put up a post and people can comment, and then I could generate, you know, that whole random list generator type deal and give away a free reading. Okay? All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Okay.